Today, guys, I want to do a Topic Tuesday. I had told you guys in my last video that I was going to start doing Topic Tuesday with you guys, and I wasn't going to do it today because I wasn't really feeling well this morning, but I want to try to, even if I'm not feeling well, I want to try to fight through it and stick to making the videos. So today I'm probably going to rant on and on about all different types of stuff, but this is my first one. So please, guys, leave me comments, give me any ideas or suggestions that you guys might have if I don't do this good. But today's my first Topic Tuesday, so I wanted to talk about relationships today. I want to talk about relationships, just overall relationships with your spouses, relationship with your kids, relationship with your grandkids, relationship with coworkers, just relationships, period. My thing have I learned from my past experience is that a lot of times in relationships, we kind of put so much into that other person that we forget about ourselves. And that is not good. That's not a good thing to do. And I know that I do that a lot. I do that with my husband. I do that with my kids, my grandkids, anybody. I give, and it's not healthy for me, as I know. I have IBS. I can't get that stressed and just anxious all the time about everything. But that's who I am. That's what I love to do. I get my satisfaction from helping people and knowing that the people around me are okay and have what they need. But that's something that I need to work on. That's why I thought of it today. Would be the first topic would be about relationships, because maybe you plus you guys along with me can help me with some comments down below or whatever, or suggestions that I can do, or maybe you guys might learn something from what I'm talking about. So the first thing is, as I was saying, is giving so much of yourself. You have to love yourself and take time for you too. You don't have anything to give anyone if you're not giving yourself something, and that's what we miss a lot of the times. And with me having the IBS, I'm so sick that I already feel defeated. So I feel defeated to where I really just am weak and I don't have any energy. And then on top of it, I'm trying to give to everyone else around me to make sure that they're okay. But sometimes it's not okay to do that all the time. You forget about you and you don't have energy for yourself, and it's just not a good thing to do. And then I'll get a flare up, and then I'll get a stomach ache. So I have to try to start working on that. So that's why I thought that this would be something good to mention in my first video. I have to work on loving myself, and you guys, if this applies to anyone, you guys have to too. We can't give so much of ourselves to others and never refresh or replenish ourselves and give ourselves anything back. A lot of people sometimes, to me, give a lot of themselves to others and are so worried about what everyone else is doing or what's best for their life, so that they don't have to reflect on themselves. Sometimes when you don't have to reflect on yourself, it's better. I know for me, I notice sometimes that I get such great satisfaction out of giving and helping others that when I have to, no one needs me and I'm not doing anything for anyone, and I sit back and have to look and reflect on myself, I'm like, oh God, I just feel like all these things that I could be doing, or little flaws that I see in myself that I don't see that much because I'm so busy giving up everyone else. And that's not good. That's really not good. So that's something that I'm working on. I also feel that, hold on guys, 1 second, I'm sorry. Hello? Hey. Hi guys, I'm sorry about that. Every single time I'm making a video, it seems like my husband calls me to ask me something about what I want to eat. Every single time. Okay, so I'm back. Later I'll try to figure out how to get that whole pause thing out. I don't know how to connect videos yet. I don't know how to do any of that. It takes me like 2 hours just to figure out how to coordinate the video and make everything go. But okay, I'm ranting. So I think I'm not even probably going to remember, but I think I was talking about doing for others and not doing for yourself, and focusing so much on other people in relationships. Also, I wanted to talk about another thing that I feel is that it doesn't just apply to your relationship, to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse, or whatever. It also applies to your children, your grandchildren. You know, a lot with my children, I worry so much about them and want to fix everything for them. And I have to realize that I have to stop enabling my children. I have to let them grow up, and I have to let them become independent adults so that they can take care of themselves. God forbid something was to happen to me tomorrow, I wouldn't be here, you know? So I need to let them grow up and handle their own things and stop so much, you know, trying to make everything better. Sometimes I probably just make things worse, overbearing mom. And I know I'm not in denial about it. I'm not. So it's very important, you know, just to me, just not to lose yourself in relationships. Like, it could be coworkers, best friends, anybody. You can't lose yourself trying to give everyone else so much. It's just draining and overwhelming, and, you know, it's sick that sometimes I get gratitude, you know, like enjoyment out of making sure everybody else is okay and doing everything for everyone else, you know, that I have forgotten so much about how to make myself feel good and how to do things for myself without feeling selfish or stingy or anything like that, because I'm used to doing everything for everybody else. So that's something also that I'm working on. But, you know, relationships are just hard. Interacting with other people is very hard, but you just have to learn how to interact with them, give them love, give them support, but also know where to draw the line, to pull back and put you and your needs first as well, because we don't do that enough in relationships. You don't put your needs and wants first. Everything of yours gets pushed on the back burner, but then you're doing everything for everybody else. So that's a big thing in relationships also. Also, I feel like I think also in relationships, you know, people have to learn how to express themselves. You know, you deal with people, and you're not a mind reader. No one is a mind reader. If you're with someone and they cannot talk to you about what's wrong with you or express it to you, don't feel the need to keep asking them and stressing yourself. And now you're all sick, your gut's all messed up, and you're worrying about what's wrong with someone else who obviously either doesn't want you to know, doesn't want to talk about it, or want you to keep asking them. And if I ask you 1 or 2 times what's wrong and you don't want to talk about it, okay, keep your attitude, keep it to yourself, but don't come back to me in 2-3 hours or the next day and now you want to talk about what was wrong with you at the time, because now I'm over it. I done went through it, my body went through it, trying to figure out what's wrong with you. Did I do something to you? What was going on? And then now here you come 5 hours later or the next day wanting to express what was wrong with you. That may sound selfish, but that just works for me. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me, that now you want to come when I'm okay and I done got over worrying about that and just convinced myself that I have to let you be and go through what you're going through, and then now here you want to come dump it on me. What's wrong with you? So that's another thing. The big thing in relationships is that you spend so much time worrying about what the other person feels, not just their needs, because we talked about the needs and wants, just about what they feel. You know, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? Could they be in a mood because of me? Well, if they're in a mood because of you, oh well. Because I'm not going to keep asking you, because that stresses the other person out, and then the whole vibe is off, and then you're all in a mood because somebody else is in a mood, and nobody has time for that. We're grown adults. Everyone knows how to express themselves, and you should be able to express yourself. If you don't want to express yourself, that's fine too. But then don't express yourself. Keep it to yourself and you deal with it on your own. But don't not want to deal with it in the moment with the person, but then later come back when they went through whatever they're going through, or they left it alone. Now here you want to come and bring up all that. When they asked you what was wrong with you, they asked you a few times and you heard them the first time. You just didn't want to talk about it. So if you didn't want to talk about it then, we're not talking about it now. See, these are little goals, things that we're going to start doing, guys, this year. Let's do that. things for relationships. If you don't want to talk about what's wrong with you right then and there, don't bother me later. Stop asking me repeatedly about things that you already know the answer to. That's another big thing in relationships. If you already know the answer to the question, why the heck are you going to keep asking me? That's just going to agitate the other person, and that's going to be a whole big thing because you keep on asking somebody the same thing that you already asked them 4 days ago, 5 days ago. You already know the answer to, and you're just repeatedly asking them over and over again. So it's making them be irritated and snappy. And then when they ask you and you get an attitude, they're like, what's wrong with you? Why she got an attitude? I have an attitude because you keep asking me the same question over and over and over again. See? But let's go back to just then. Wasn't I asking you what was wrong with you? When you was acting away, but you didn't want to talk about it. And when you didn't want to talk about it, it was fine. You didn't want me to keep asking. You wanted it to be left alone. So do the same for me. Okay. So, also in relationships, I feel that sometimes we lose a little bit of ourselves in the relationships, like I was talking about before, because you're giving so much of yourself. And people lose their self, and let's stop doing that, guys. Let's stop doing that. Stop putting what you want and you need on hold. If you want to go back to school, or if you want to start working again, or if you want to take a karate class or an art class, or whatever you want to do, Zumba, whatever you want to do for yourself, start doing it. Because believe me, people around you, they're going to do what they have to do for themselves. Okay? They're going to do what they have to do to make themselves happy. And sometimes, not to say it's always, but we're gonna spill the tea, we're going to spill it right. They're going to do what they want to do for themselves, even sometimes if you don't like it. Even if you don't like it, they still going to do what they have to do. And sometimes that's okay, because sometimes you do have to do things that you want to do regardless if it's okay with the other person or not. Because, and it's not malicious, it's for you. You have to do what you have to do for you to make yourself happy. So that's fine. That's okay. We can do that. It's just that people don't do that because there they go again. Let's go back to that. Worrying about how you're making another person feel. So you're not going to do that. You're not going to do what you really want to do because you're so worried about everyone else. You're so worried about what everyone else is going to feel or think. No. Think about you and worry about you. If everybody worried about themselves, we would be so much better off. People don't want to worry about themselves. They want to worry about everything else and everybody else. Worry about you. Take care of you. Handle your business, and everything else around you will fall into play. And you'll feel better about yourself, and you won't worry so much about are you making someone feel some way, or you doing something right, because you love you, and you know what you're doing for you, and you know what you're doing is making you feel okay. Everyone else around you, listen, they got to flow with it, or they got to go. It's really nothing else you can do. You can't live your life living for everybody else, making everybody else around you feel better than you feel about yourself, to keep relationships with people, with your spouse, with your kids, whoever, friends, co-workers, anybody, people at the church, hey, anybody. You have to worry about you. So that's going to be our topic for today. Our topic Tuesday for today is going to be to worry about yourself. In your relationships, put yourself first, and then everyone else around you and everything else will fall into play. You cannot keep having relationships with people and putting what they need first, because how are you going to do that? You can't give them anything if all you're worrying about is how they feel and what they want. You're not giving yourself anything. So, that's enough. I'm not going to blab anymore on about it. And that's what we're going with for today. Learn to love yourself. Learn to put yourself first. And for all my IBS sufferers out there, you have to stick by what I'm saying, because we get sick. Yes, people that don't have IBS still go through their stress, and they can get sick too, probably behind something. But when you have IBS, you're more vulnerable. Your gut can't take it. Your body can't handle it, because your body and gut is already fighting every day anyway, just with what it's going through, dealing with IBS. So you got to learn how to put yourself first in relationships and worry about you. Bring more to the table about yourself and for you. Because I'm going to make sure everyone else at the table's okay. I'll make sure everybody at the table ate. I'll make sure everybody at the table's good. But what about me? My plate is empty. I need some food. I need to make sure I'm okay. Because I can't keep on giving all y'all if I'm weak and I'm not eating. And I'm not getting water and Gatorade and hydrating my body and taking care of myself. You get to the point where you just feel like you have nothing else to give. And I know a lot of you understand what I'm saying with that. You have nothing else to give. How can you give anybody else anything when you're so worn out from giving? And when you look around, who's there to give you anything? So, if anyone understands what I'm saying, please like, share, subscribe with the red button to my channel, hit the notification bell for my next videos. I thank you guys for all your support. To all my people that inboxed me with the love and support as well, I appreciate it. I thank all you guys for your support. Please look below for the information on some of my prior videos as well, for my video for my petition. I also have my Facebook page out, which is Spilling Tea with T. You can go on there as well. If you need more information about this petition that I'm trying to do for IBS to become a disorder, please let me know. I'm also trying to get some t-shirts made for us so that we can start maybe meeting once a year and do some rallies, get together. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to my channel. Hit your notification button so you do not miss any upcoming videos. Thank you.